1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 and 12. Now usually there's what is called a drop stitch, but I'm not going to use a drop stitch right here. And the reason why they like to use a drop stitch is that you finally get all this braided edge all around the 4 corners of your blanket. So if you don't want to add an extra border when you finish knitting, you already have the 4 corners looking cohesive with braids pattern all around it. But right now I discovered something tonight, that even with my drop stitch I can still aim to achieve this braided look. Let me show you. So I'm not going to drop this, so I'm going to the second row now. So I'm going to start my second row right in the first loop. I'll put it under it and do a regular knot stitch. My working yarn comes over to this side because I'm going to this side, and then that's 2, right? Under, make sure they are close together, don't let there be space. Pull, and I have 2 fingers. Again, make sure they are close together. Hold on to this with your other hand. This is closed now. No slack behind. Pinch if you have to right here. Hold on to this, pass it under, and pull. Measure 2 fingers. Same thing, put your 2 fingers right here. Hold on to this. Now they are kissing each other. Pinch with this hand to remove any slack. Hold on to this, close together, pass behind, and pull. And then you have 2 fingers again. We're going to do this all the way to the end of the row. Okay, so now we've come to the beginning of the loop. Again, still 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, and then this is the 12th loop, and 12. Still 2 fingers, right? Again, I'm not going to do any drop stitch, so I'm going to continue. Go up and pass it under it, and pull 2 fingers right there. Walking in, goes to this other side right now. Make sure they are close together, right? And then push under, pull it up, 2 fingers. Now this and this should measure the same thing. Now if you look at the side, I'm starting to get the braided edge around here. I don't know if you can see it, right? So all I did was move this closer to this one, not just laying it flat like this, but curving this way, and it has formed that beautiful edge. Continue with what we were doing before. Pull up, go to the next one, pull up. Now you want to stay as close as possible to each other, like we said. 2 fingers, pinch, pull this up and close to the next one, to the previous mate right here, to cover any gap. Push in and pull up. Now if you keep doing this, right, you will see that each of them have their spaces, and you can see there's no distance between them because I'm letting them go closer to each other. Again, it's personal preference. Some people like the gappy look. I just don't prefer that. I like it more tighter because with time it relaxes, from my experience. And then pull, 2 fingers, kiss, pass behind, and pull up. You see that? They're all sitting in their spaces. 2 fingers, pinch to remove any slack, pick this one, move it closer to the previous one, now pass it behind, push up and pull with your thumb, 2 fingers, pinch, pick the next loop, kiss it to the previous, under, up, and you have the next one. You see, minimal gap and all that. Then we'll continue to the other side. Pinch to the back. So this goes slower than you think you need, and so this as well. You see there's a gap here and there's a gap here. I'll bring it closer to each other like this and push under, pull this up like I did the next place. So this is 2 inches as well, right? Now like I did in that one, I'm not going to drop the stitch, so I'm just going to pass my yarn up, working yarn up because I'm going up, and then push behind this and pull my next loop. This will be 2, right?